Hello and welcome to Random Packet Loss. My name is Kermaxi and today we have the first game of round 2 of the Cambridge Store Championships. So on the left we have Ryan on HB ECF. On the right we have Tom playing Smoke. So Smoke, if you don't know, is the brand new Shaper ID who gets 1 recurring stealth credit to be used on icebreakers. So nice little stealth ID. It's basically like Chaos Theory, except you've already got a cloak installed. Given that it's a 40 card ID, and it's as if your extra memory is being taken up by a cloak. So that's very nice. So we're getting a lateral growth. First turn from Ryan here. Going quite laterally indeed. Oh, there's an assembly line. So I do have a feeling that this is sort of probably a variation on sort of like jammy rushy HB. Certainly what it looks like right now with the lateral growth and the advanced assembly lines. Both very good cards for rushing your early econ and getting installs. Just launching into R&D. So Tom getting some nice early econ as well. Should be an interesting game because I've kind of got the proper kind of Glacier versus Big Rig thing here. I will assume that Tom is on some sort of stealth rig playing Smoke, but who knows? Question is the speed up from Smoke enough to allow him to contest the HB rush? Always employee strikes down there. Quite a brutal card against ECF. Generally, the better your ID, the better thing, but it's not going to do anything. There's a beta test. Loving the first time beta test. Hope he fires it here. Ah, no fire. Ah, Ryan's no fun. But no, a good. This is how you win with these sorts of rushy decks. Is that you rush. Like, it's very difficult to contest a runner's late game these days, especially something like Stealth. They're going to have a very good late game, which means you really need to capitalise on the early game. A big question, which I'm sure will come up later, is Tom running Clot? Because at least in the deck I used to play, the idea was that you would rush out your first load of agendas and then biotic out the rest once the runner was set up, and they could run your remote. However, Clot can for obvious reasons throw quite a spanner in the works. Looks like Ryan's just getting a blue level here. Again, just all the click compression, Operation Econ. Oh, Lotus Field in hand there. Nice little bit of spice there. Yeah, to see this, like, blue level, lateral, just money while I'm installing and drawing cards. It's like HB. I think with the release of lateral growth, HB kind of just reached that tipping point with Operation Econ where they could kind of abandon asset econ. Adonis is still an incredibly strong card, but it can be quite slow. Certainly great in sort of a glacier build, but as I said, when you're rushing, just things like lateral growth and blue level and just hedge funds, even restructure sometimes, can just be absolutely what you need. And of course, the HB identity just gives you so much money passively anyway. You can get plenty of money there. Not sure what that was. That might have been a what's the name of that card? A Arc Lockdown. I didn't see properly. I certainly think one of Arc Lockdown in an HB list is just a nice thing to have, if nothing else, because Arc Lockdown for Clot is hilarious. Except we're getting a saw on the remote. Yep, ice over that. Seems good. So at the moment, Tom's not really looking like he's in a position to contest this. I mean, it depends what those two ice are. It's possible that one of them could be click through, so maybe install SMC run, click through an Eli, install break later. Could be possible. That looks like a switchblade. Unfortunately, oh wait, sorry, there's a netmarker down, so Tom can use that switchblade by boosting the switchblade and then getting the credit on netmarker and then spending that credit. Oh, and there's a SMC. Oh yeah, so Tom's rig building up nicely here. I mean, it's possible that he just runs here, and the only thing that hurts you there is barrier and a code gate. But now he's just going to set up, which is probably reasonable. The only trouble is that if HB scores another agenda, because they're halfway there, and oh yeah, it looks like we are getting one on this remote. Okay, so there's Lotus Field. This is where Lotus Field feels a bit bad, because like five credits for 4 strength in the run is not great. Like, it's a great card when Anarchs have to bend over backwards to find their answers to it, like whether it's Netrally Eyes Yogg or possibly Black Orchestra if you're a scrub like me. Like in this situation, it's not really taxing Tom very much at all. But it's like your cards can't all be good in every situation. You can't go play the matchups, and certainly in a very Anarch dominated meta, it certainly makes sense as a card slot. That's what we're considering here. Okay, so yeah, that is barrier, code gate into barrier. Ryan played that perfectly there by the looks of it. No, that was unfortunate for Tom there. That was a like very fast setup there. But the thing is now, if Tom can find that barrier breaker, he can kind of get in everywhere. But Ryan's quite content there to score the second agenda. Not firing, come on! You've got to fire the base test. Base test never goes wrong ever. It's the best thing. Yeah, so Ryan might very quickly be transitioning into the stage of just wants to BIOS out agendas. It really comes down to whether he thinks that he can rush out another one. The trouble is now is, as I say, if Tom can find a barrier breaker, I mean that server is tissue paper at that point. So unless there's other stuff he can install to kind of really make that server taxing, then I don't really see what you can do. Oh, so there's a Fairchild 3, I imagine, which unfortunately isn't like horrifically taxing for Refractor. This thing, stealth is so strong, especially with Netmarker, we can just stockpile stealth credits. Like, Ryan doesn't really have any hope of taxing Tom out of stealth credits at this point. Netmarker is just that good. Of course, not to forget that Ryan can also use this Netmarker to draw cards. Just ridiculous. But yeah, this is the thing. If Ryan can just kind of turtle up and money up, and then just biotic out the remaining, the remaining 2 agendas, then yeah, that has often been my plan in these situations. So the other option is to make that server a little bit more taxing, and then try and actually no, it doesn't really work against stealth because he can't really tax Tom out of multiple ones on a server just because of how efficient the breaker speed is and because of Netmarker. So unless you can really make the remote server really taxing and make Tom not want to check it every turn, it's gonna be hard to score agendas that way. Yeah, so we're getting a assembly lines pop here. Yep, seems fair. Got to fortify the R&D. Make sure you find the agendas before the runner does. So again, a big way this deck loses is just through the runner being able to R&D lock you and see all the agendas before you do. People talk about agenda flood a lot, but I'm a firm believer that being agenda screwed is much more likely to lose you games. There's so many games where I've been like ready to score out, just haven't seen an agenda, and either the runner stalls on R&D, or by the time I've found the agendas, the runner's so set up that I just can't score them. So yeah, we're just jamming stuff in there. Ooh. So install single advance. So this is basically just saying to Tom, find your barrier breaker. So I wonder if... Is Tom... I don't know if Tom's making the full use of Netmarker there, because he could boost an icebreaker to then either draw a card off Netmarker or stockpile a stealth credit, and it's kind of seems worth it at this point, especially he's finding money. It doesn't look like he's checking that remote. I'm guessing he doesn't have a barrier breaker in hand, but I'd have thought that, you know, I think they try and draw for one. But I don't know, he's going to get a lot of money here, though. It's a good point, actually. Yeah, he's possibly quite low on money and just wants to just kind of punish Tom here. Or maybe he just thinks there's something in hand. Jackson, yeah. Oh, leaving it. Okay, we're going to get a score. Ooh, corporate sales team. Nice addition to these decks. Corporate sales team is also a really good agenda. It's less good in these sorts of decks because they rely so much on never advance, but if you can score it, that's 10 credits. It's just so good. With the RD ability, one's going to be getting basically 2 free credits a turn. Oh, ERP. It's also quite spicy. Lots of money for Submusion here, though. If there are any agendas in there, Tom's probably going to see them. Yeah, I think that... Pretty sure that is arc locked down. Some guy completely blind. Yeah, let's clear the Submusion. Seems fair. So Tom probably wants to start trying to get like an R&D lock on at this point. Again, if you can find the barrier breaker and just kind of camp that remote, that'd be good as well. Big problem being here now is that Ryan can biotic for the win. So I imagine that's his priority at this point. To find biotic and then find the agenda, just score it out. Yeah, so fortifying HQ a bit here, so Tom kind of keeps checking it. It's good to see this deck in action again. I had tremendous fun with jamming HB for quite a while, but I kind of felt like Tunisian Wizard kind of pushed it out a bit. There was just no real way to deal with Wizard making incredibly efficient medium digs and R&D. By the time they've got net ready ice cover Yogg to blank half your ice, there's no way to stop them there. I've also got an R&D interface down. So now we could be getting an R&D lock on. And at this point, Ryan can't really tax Tom out. Netmarker is giving Tom so many sell credits. So that server's basically free. See 2 costs of R&D. Can't see what that is. Oh, CVS. Well, it really depends if you've got cloths in your deck. I'm always tempted to trash it to pretend you have clots. Oh, team sponsorship is interesting. Never seen. I haven't seen that in these sorts of decks. And team sponsorship is a week of cards, so you know, fair enough. Okay, advanced assembly lines is kind of hilarious. So Ryan is going to want to fortify R&D a little bit more here if he can. Or again, just kind of drop into the agenda. Oh, it's a Jeeves. Man, this deck is very different to what I thought it was. Maybe it's just maybe it's just been looking like a Rushy HB list because that's just the cards that have turned up. I can see Jeeves and team sponsorship. I imagine there's a lot more going on with this deck than I thought then. Maybe it's like the big boy sleeper hold deck? I don't know. Got an ELP down just to be annoying. Basically the only reason Aeon plays that card, just to be annoying. So yeah, Tom's got a pretty good thing going at this point. Finding another R&D interface or just something like that will really help kind of put the pressure on. Even though Ryan is way ahead on agenda points here, there is every opportunity for Tom just to top deck the rest of the agendas, especially if he can... Oh, like, an indexing will help. There's a Jax on the table, though, is the only thing. I wonder if he just hasn't realised that. Yeah, so it looks like there's maybe an agenda in there? Can't tell. Yeah, unfortunately I think this is a bit of a misplay just because of the Jackson there. If he runs again, one will probably pop it. He's at least Tom will still see a couple of fresh cards in that situation. Well, maybe there weren't any agendas then and he's just going to leave it. Okay, check on archives, I think. Nothing special. Okay, well, Brian knows that he's got 4 cards of nothing so far. Oh, well, there's the sleepers. Yeah, so it's definitely the sleeper hold. I guess I just mistook it for Jammy HB. So, Tom has 1 turn now. Domestic sleepers, that certainly is a card. That is a card that exists in this game. Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's no breaking news. I mean, you wouldn't be able to play breaking news because that's an NBN card. There's not really much Tom can do here. I mean, he knows that there's no shares on top of R&D. So yeah, it's like, unless he thinks there's 7 points in hand. Yeah, and that's game. Man, that was lightning fast. That's just, yeah. But Ryan, I mean, that's how you rush with HB. You just gotta go for your life. Bit of luck involved sometimes, but a lot of the time it's just like, you know, play the odds. You know, see what they've got. How likely is it that Tom's going to be able to find a Kogate and a barrier breaker in one turn? Unlikely. So yeah, very good game. And we'll move swiftly on to round 2. So until next time, I'm Maxi. This has been Random Packet Loss, and thank you very much for watching.